Tomorrow, we will be revealing those pro awards. Make sure to tune in to the pre-show, basically the equivalent of this pre-show right now, same time tomorrow, for to see who will win in each category. Something tells me Powers might take more than one, as given how dominant he has been throughout. But that's my personal prediction. We shall see what happens in the pro awards tomorrow. It's gonna be a lot of great discussions. But let's start to shift the conversation to Northern Forces versus Twilight, our pregame show to kick off match number 1 of the championship bracket. It's going to be a doozy. Toby, your first thoughts?
First thoughts immediately is when you look at these names, you think about yesterday. Their games are really good. Yes, Northern Forces lost 3-1 in the end, right? And of course, Twilight lost their game 2. That's why they're here in winners round 1, facing off against each other. But it's such a good matchup, though, in my opinion. Twilight, fantastic team, of course, first in challengers. Northern Forces, great affair against the United yesterday. Clearly, the game plans of Kenny is being utilized there. But will they both come together now and really perform at their best? Because in my opinion, it could be a very close game between the two.
Yeah, one more question before we preview rosters here for you, Ash, is the reality behind the fact that this is kind of sad to see as a winners bracket round 1 matchup, because both of these teams have been performing really, really well. But the unfortunate reality is when you can't finish and clutch up when you need to, and I'm talking in terms of Twilight, this is what kind of happens. I mean, if they win against Rise, they get a much more favorable bracket. This doesn't happen, right, Ash?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, when you first asked Toby his initial thoughts, I'm thinking, okay, what are my initial thoughts? And I'm thinking, I'm heartbroken, right?
Yeah.
Like this is the Kenny and Lava team that I've been cheering for all season. And we saw some small glimpses, especially against United, of what the potential is with that roster. Maybe if they had another couple months together to really lock things in and iron out all the kinks. But they were few and far between, and they ended up dropping the series. You look at Twilight, who clearly has the skill, clearly has the passion, and were able to push the defending champions of Rise to the very limits of their gameplay. Literally round 11, the last possible thing you could do in a Gears Esports matchup, and fell just a little bit short. The composure wasn't there, but I mean, it's still a really impressive and strong showing. So we have glimpses of hope versus a really strong showing in two teams that probably should make it forward to the next round, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, exactly.
It's heartbreaking, but it's also very exciting as a viewer and a fan.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun one to watch. That's for sure. That's a good point. That's the glass half full approach, but glass half empty. Certainly heartbreaking to see these two teams in round 1. That was my first thought as well, to be honest. But let's go ahead and preview these rosters real quick. Northern Forces. If you've been a fan of Gears Esports for a while, you're a fan of this team. Kenny and Lava Bounce, the Bounce brothers from Gears 3. Former teammates back in PR in the Funky Bunch alongside Letnik. However, they place better with me over Lava. I'm just saying. Nonetheless, Kenny and Lava, also former Optic Gaming teammates. Cells, Rocky, 2 rising stars here in Gears 5 who have cemented themselves as great slayers. So it's a really well-rounded team of experience meets raw talent. On the flip side, we got Twilight, the up-and-comers, the Rooks, led by Gary, who's been doing it for quite some time. But last, I was so impressed with him yesterday, clutching up that 1v1. And as we saw on screen, Flames and Stomp joining this roster out as well. A team of 4 with so much talent, multinational team, as we are excited to see what they can do. You know what Gary can do, as he's been doing it for quite some time. So dominant since early Gears 5. Let's jump right into pick bands and the series overview here. Toby, break down the maps we're going to see.
Yeah, sure thing. Can't wait to see this one, of course. In particular, the maps yesterday were awesome for both teams in terms of their close matches and whatnot against some stiff competition. But, you know, giving it a second, just kind of like thinking a bit more as to the competition we had yesterday between the two teams. Of course, fantastic district moments, but weren't able to close it out there, were they? Honestly, in regards to, of course, Twilight, but that will be banned out by Northern Forces. A ban on Canals as well. Banned through checkout execution. You know, they've clearly seen that Northern Forces have had excellent performances on that, so no surprise there. Northern Forces actually going with a ban on Training Grounds, a map they've been a little bit inconsistent on as of recent, in all honesty. But I think that could have been a good one actually for them when you really consider their opponent here. But hey, Kenny is absolutely giving it some thought, that's for sure.
That's right. Flipping over to the maps and the picks. Ash, what are we going to see?
Yeah, so we're going to be starting off with Twilight picking that ritual control. Moving forward, going into Ephira Execution, picked by the Northern Forces, which, you know, I can understand that pick. They probably watched how Twilight played that map yesterday and thought, okay, we have a pretty good chance. And, you know, Kenny, the tactician, right? Like, you can never doubt his execution strats. We go forward into Vaskar, picked by Twilight. You know, everybody's favorite map. I'm going to say it every time. Kenny is a big fan of this map, at least according to my memory of working with him. So I'm a little bit surprised by this pick, though we do know that Northern Forces banned Training Grounds, which I could see being a strong map for Twilight. So not too surprised, but you know, there's going to need to be a little bit of confidence from Twilight going into that map. You're playing against some guys who've been on that map for years, right? So if we go past that, Regency Control coming in, picked by Northern Forces, a good teamwork-based map. You're able to slow the pace down a little bit, which I think is going to be important for Northern Forces against this Twilight roster. And if we need it, that clock tower execution tiebreaker, which the way we were seeing the snipe utilized on canals yesterday by Twilight, at least on the side station, that's a scary one for Northern Forces.
If it goes down to that game 5, which I have a feeling it will. Not might, it will. It's going to be a crazy one. I can't wait to jump into predictions here in a moment, but let's take a look at the keys to victory. Fran's keys to success, as we Allied do not have those, as we cut those from the run show. So we do not have keys to success, but we can maybe talk about it at a high level. Now we'll jump into predictions instead, because I wanted to get there straight away, as I mentioned. This, again, is a tough one to predict. We haven't even submitted our predictions yet. So production, thank you for letting us roll on the fly here. That's how difficult this one is to predict. And in a lot of ways, very similar to our little cheeky prediction segment yesterday, boys, where it's experience in Kenny and Lava versus raw talent in Gary and the boys. Toby, who you got?
Yeah, when I was looking over the maps, I kind of had to think quite hard, actually, because you're right. We did really need to do this on the fly and kind of consider all the variables, because it is somewhat of a close match, right? It could go either way. I'm sure many would agree. In terms of what I'm thinking straight away is that first map we see for Northern Forces, Afira coming in. They were excellent against a United yesterday. Fantastic performance from them. Really outstratted them. Really outplayed them. TJ, really put his hands up and agreed with that in the post-match interview. So I really think they'll take that. Regency, they're a fantastic team on that one as well, of course. In fact, 3-1 them on that. They're just the same record here in the last Pro League split as United themselves too. And just based on all these factors, these two main maps for me in particular, you throw in the Kenny and Lava factor, the composure factor as we go into Championship Sunday against a challenger team. I think that will edge it for Northern Forces. Those things considering, I'm going to have to go with them as the winner for this one. I think it'll be 3-1. I'm going to go with.
All right, 3-1 Northern Forces, says Toby. I'd like to break down the analytical reason as to why. Ash, how about you?
I'm torn on this one, if I'm being honest. Not only because I'm afraid whatever I pick, you're going to pick the opposite and be right. But I'm also, I'm torn because these are two, I think, evenly matched teams, right? Mm-hmm. You've got the fast-paced, aggressive play style of a Twilight, and then you've got the calculated veteran approach of a Kenny Lava roster with Cells and Rocky, forming that total package of a team, right? So in theory, I would want to go with Northern Forces. My brain is telling me, maybe Twilight edges this one out, but my heart is telling me I got to stick by Kenny and Lava. I'm voting Northern Forces.
Ooh, baby. All right. Well, listen, I was also going to go Northern Forces, but now, not just because you picked a match, we got to create a little controversy. I'm going to flip-flop. I'm going to go with Twilight. At the end of the day, same situation as yesterday. Raw talent versus experience. And again, my brain, my thought process was originally leaning towards Northern Forces, given the fact that I think they are going to out-strat and out-experience. However, I'll give it to the raw talent boys in Twilight. We'll see if they can come in and use their skill to prevail. This will be a great one. I am so incredibly excited for this matchup to kick off the last ever championship bracket. And guess who we got to call the action? Boys, welcome to the broadcast. It's Blaze. It's Colin, the hype men will be joining us. This is a tough one to predict, boys. Who you guys got?
Yeah, it is a tough one to predict. I agree with you, Ash. Is like the simple fact that Twilight had such a fantastic day yesterday, and they honestly could have came out 3-0 pools. I think they had a better day than Northern, in my opinion. So I don't know which way I want to lean. I know what my heart leans. I know where your heart leans. But as far as the gameplay this weekend, Twilight can definitely come out with this one and move on in that bracket and go up against Fury 1. But this side of the bracket, Twilight, Fury 1, Northern Forces, one of these teams is going to make top 6.
Kenny's don't J-Ribs political Barack Obama answer this. You didn't answer the question. Who you got?
I got Northern.
All right. But he's got Northern.
I'm very much, everybody knows where my heart lays and lies. Before Franchise retired, I was going to pick Franchise because he was my favorite player of all time. I was going to pick him until the day I died, and he retired. Kenny Bounce, I call him my dad on stream because he's kind of brought me under his wing. He always kind of keeps me close to the vest, and I love him for it. So I'm gonna root for Kenny, and I'm gonna pull for Kenny. I don't care if people tell me I can't be biased. I'm in the House of Bounce. I'm gonna be a Kenny Bounce fan.
Okay,
until the time I can't be one.
Hey, I love the House of Bounce. Okay, the House of Bounce then got me some dubs in my lifetime, and for that reason too as well. I gotta go with Northern. I think they got the skill set to do it between this entire team. Sales has been playing like an all-star. But we'll see if Kenny and Sales can, pick up their slam power today versus yesterday and get this thing done.
That's right. Well, it's me and Latin America, LATAM against the world, apparently. But hey, I respect it, boys. Y'all following your hearts.
All right, John. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we'll reconvene afterwards and see how you're still feeling.
You better believe. Yeah, I want a $5. Only if Twilight wins. That's the only time
we'll
I want
get
a
it.
$5.
Get him out of there.
Get him out.
Get out of here. We gotta break the series down.
Have a good cast, boys. Have a good cast.
Get up out of there, man. What's up, bro?
How you doing?
Good morning, my guy. Oh man.
Little microphone headbutt.
It's okay. We got to show the love out here. I hope you all are having a fantastic morning at home as well as we are kicking off our final chant bracket. And what a series to kick this one off with. As we were going over the Met picks and bands, you predicted the first 4 out of this series. So what does that tell you?
It tells me it very much sets up for Kenny Bounce and Northern Forces. That tells me that Kenny, Northern, their coach, they all went through this same process of picking out a very solid map pool for themselves. They don't want to give they don't want to give Twilight any room to breathe, really. They don't want to give them anywhere they feel extraordinarily comfortable. Because don't forget, Northern Forces has been really good on Ritual against some of the best teams on the planet, like E United. Northern Forces has been really good on Vaskar against some of the best teams on planet Earth. Northern Forces took out their weak maps while simultaneously at least taking away one of the favorite maps of Twilight. That's why I went with the rotation I went with. The only map I was off on was Clock Tower. I thought we might see a tomb pick by Twilight just because they could kind of spread it out, make it 4 different 1v1s, and try to take advantage with their mechanical skill.
I think what they want out of this situation is going to be get Gary that scope. Okay, get Gary that scope, play an aggressive gameplay through that upper lane, and try to come out with the victory there. But that's if we get to map 5. We got 4 maps before that. And so talking about ritual control, as you said, Northern Forces have been going up against some of the best teams in that league right there. What do they need to do in the first, in the opening of this game that they really couldn't do yesterday to get themselves off to a better start?
Northern Forces yesterday suffered from a lack of teamwork. You saw Kenny with a lower amount of kills. You saw Rocky and Cells with a lower amount of kills, but still a decent amount of damage. That means they were pressing. They've got to reconvene, shoot for one another, play closer together. It gives them a much better chance to beat a team like Twilight that's never going to back down.
Yep, agreed. And so we'll see if the teamwork shall prevail here from Northern. We're going to bring it back here in a second and get this game started up. Had a little disconnect in it. But now on the flip side, Twilight, we didn't get a chance to really kind of talk about their awesome performance that they had yesterday because they had Cassidy Papel going to map 5. They had Rise going towards that map 5. And, they were able to take down another open bracket team that was end up in their pool. But, they played so fantastic. They just couldn't close, okay? But if there's one thing that they showed us, that they are battle-tested as a team.
Well, they're going to take a lot of fights, and one of the things that our pro teams are not used to are teams just continuously flying at them. A lot of our professional teams have gotten much more used to teams being more methodical, waiting for a full set of respawns, then pushing back in.
Yes.
This Twilight team showed us one thing yesterday. They are not afraid to throw hands anywhere on the map at any given moment, so they will throw a flash at you. They'll take it, even if it's a 1v2. They'll try to stun out your teammate and then pressure you real quick, try to win a quick 1v1 before you can reset. So Twilight, to me, is going to try to live and die by that sword. If you're killing and you're getting the shots to land and you're getting the kills, you're living by that sword. The other edge of that sword, though, is if all of a sudden you're getting lancered, you're damaged coming into the fight because they're wolf-packing them. That's right. You're going to find yourself coming off a respawn a lot more than you're going to be sending them off a respawn.
Yeah, correct. And so you're going to have a good leader on your team to say, hey, Tranquilo, slow it down, okay? Stop making these pushes. Wait till you get some help. If it's not working out, if your early game plan isn't working out for you. So Twilight, We'll see if that aggressiveness, we'll see if that individual confidence that they have amongst each other is going to be able to win them some big fights, to put the team in the best situation, to get them all on the same page with their setups. It's our first series of the day. Northern Forces going up against Twilight. Let us know in the chat who you repping. Time to kick this one off on Ritual, as we're going to be watching Rocky himself here on the push. He'll go down right away towards Gary, and Gary finds a double to kick off the champ bracket.
That's a beautiful double kill by Gary. They pressure out Rocky. They get a ton of damage onto him as he goes to the backside of that cover. Sells it's a little back A there. Lava with a 1-up A. He gets the second, so they're going to slow this down just a little bit. They're going to be able to give their teammates a chance to come off of respawn and reset this fight. First flash grenade out by Rocky. Lava's going to go to the top middle, and Rocky's job now is just to survive long enough to stop his teammates from getting blown at off the map. First kill comes in for Kenny Bounce. Now it's 4v3 back here. Lancer damage in from Rocky. Jumps over the hop, will not drop, but now they're going to get the kills. But Kenny's going to go down, so is Rocky. This is such a back and forth, such an initial tug of war.
Yeah, no one able to get control over this hill thus far. Stomp will be able to get that down, and he'll partner up with Gary. They're trying to work together to clear Lava out of this, but Lava's doing his best, and a team kill comes through. Lava gets the reinforcements. The flashes are out. Stomp in a 1v2, but as we're seeing Northern Forces surrounding these final members of Twilight to get the time on the hill, but Rocky has to go wide a little bit quicker, has to get Flames out of this position. He's forcing these players into his teammates' crosshairs. Double kill comes through, give them a triple, and also give them the spawns for next, but it's not over as Stomp joins the fight. Another continued battle. He gets the down, but no one else in time to get there to get the time. The torque bow should be on the ground somewhere, and Northern Forces looking good in this moment, but they haven't picked it up, but the call-out should be coming through soon.
He might have gotten the quick switch off, so it might be off of respawn. I'm not sure right at this moment, but we're going to have flash grenades come out from both squadrons. Getting ready to push back into this hill is Twilight. Lava to the front side, trying to find the 45 degree onto Stomp. Stomp with a misroll will get killed. Gary's going to go around that cubby. He's going to get taken down. Lava, that's an incredibly brilliant play. Don't go for the single shot kill on the down player. Pick the meat shield, put the next guy in a bad position.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yo, meat shields are so important. And we see Lava making the best out of a, not too difficult situation right there with the help of his teammates. But as we see Northern, they'll finally get the lead in this matchup. I love the spread on the map. Player 3 being Kenny has a fantastic angle at the top. Just letting his team know, like, hey, we got the downs. You guys got numbers. Take your fights. I'm coming through to help. Just be slow. Don't force it. A lot of time on this hill. Rocky gets stunned. The down goes through to help from his teammate. He's going to isolate Stomp, but Stomp wins a huge 1v1. Great shot. The revives are there. Sales with a blunder on a team kill. Lava was on his last down. Just kind of nicked him with the shot. Kenny goes down as well. Oh, no, Flames. He'll double back at the kill, and he'll get the double as well.
He played that very picture perfectly. 20 seconds left on this could get you back in the lead, which is what it looks like they're going to bleed it out to, is just to get to 51 or so to try to make life a little bit more difficult for the side of Northern Forces. They're going to bleed it out to 52 to 50 before they move off over into point 3. Lava's going to go all the way out into the respawn. Rocky's going to try to join him, but Rocky's tagged up pretty heavily. Now it's going to be Lava pressuring out toward that flash grenade throw he had onto Stomp. Gets him full red, but no down!
No down just yet. He gets away. Flames. Can he get away from this situation? Trapped between two players. He dips into the inside, but hops to his death. Stomping to save his teammate, but he's going to have to jog or at least run over there. A little bit more speed for him. Now last, working with Gary off the respawn, having to go up against Rocky and his teammate, but him and Sales able to win a double kill. Kenny joins the fight as well, and this shall be a good-looking setup here for Northern Forces to collect on some more time, Colin.
Kenny with 4 bolts left in the torque bow as well might be able to find a quick little pick at that cubby corner. And every time he kind of threatens with that splash damage, it settles the tea kettle. It doesn't allow you to push back into that fight in that next engagement. That splash grenade, that splash damage from that torque bow explosion is going to get the kill on Stomp. What they're looking for is to pick that next player right there at the front, or at least send him out into the open so they can try to tag him up pretty heavily. Not going to get either of those accomplished, but a ton of time has come off of this hill, and there's the splash damage they needed.
Oh, the shot's not there, but Rocky stays composed. Kenny joins the fight. Flames can't get the revive. He's just trying to take one to the grave, and he can't do it. But Gary on the flank, he can't get Kenny, but he'll take down Sales. He says, I'm coming back for you, Kenny. There's the down, the wrap shot, but Sales will be able to save him. Lava joins the fight. Close spawns go in favor towards Twilight, but they can't win the battle. And Colin, I think they're going to break off towards Nays. They just picked up the new set. New Torque Bow comes up in 50.
Yeah, and this is what's going to be concerning to me for this Northern Forces is with those frag grenades sitting in the hill already, they're going to be able to disrupt at least the first push. So at this point, I think the call has to be, hey, look, pressure in, make him throw the first, make him throw the second, try to get somebody to make a mistake here. First nade goes out. They don't get the chance to even get a kill, but they do end up getting cells because of how he rotated out and ended up getting killed.
All right, but spawns, the more favorable spawns, will go in favor of Northern. Kenny is by himself on this side of the map. He's honestly just trying to distract players as his teammates moving the hill. He say, take your numbers. It was great. Even better, Rocky gets one before going to the grave for the Northern Forces fans. But now Twilight looking good in this setup. On board with Stomp as he's on the outskirts. He's distracting players. His teammates still trying to make it into the hill. It's contested. They have to clear these players out the corner in front of them, but it's difficult because Northern is okay with the stalemate. They say, hey, we got to lead. We don't like the fights on this hill. Let's just try to work around wide, find our opportunities, and it looked like they found one at the top of the stairs in the 2v1. They get wide. They'll angle out Gary. Gary gets to safety just barely. Last. You got to make a move, but that was his last chance in the team fight. As Gary goes down, Northern Forces shall build up on their lead and start getting some spawns towards next. But first, that Torque Bow is up.
First flash grenade goes out, misses Cell. Cell's going to hit the first up A. Back A doesn't get the down of the chunk. He's going to go down in the 2v1 sector, giving the Torque Bow over to the side of Twilight, but the score has just about doubled yet again. Neutralization over at that hill with about 19 seconds left. Rocky trying to defend himself here with Kenny and Lava. They get both of those kills. That is a great play by them, but now they have to fight back against the grain because the Torque Bow from Flames will be waiting for him. Active out, quick rev, misses that first little look on that player trying to roadie strafe around, misses the second one, but does get the splash damage.
Good amount, a good amount.
He's going to have to get out of there. He's dead and done. My man Cell's trying a little fancy dancy. Rocky doesn't get the pickup either. Beautiful settle down by Twilight.
Twilight played that fantastic. Great placements from the bow coming out for Flames. He says, okay, Kenny, I saw what you did. I can harass your team the same way. One bow left. Catches Rocky across the other side of the map, but Rocky did drop those nades on the ground. He communicates that to his teammates. Lava shall pick them up, and he'll rotate them on over towards next, but Flames, he takes a wide angle. Here comes Northern Forces from the spawn side, moving north up the map. First nade. It'll just back up a few players, but there's the down. Can he get at least one? He backs him up. Last will be able to dodge, but he has to get to safety to his teammates. The damage is coming out from Northern Forces, but Gary tries to take over. Lava says, get out of here. That's not how you play it.
Lava, I love that from him. He steps off of the cover. He's anticipating the up A, catches that player mid-slide into the single shot chunk, and now they've got the same advantageous position they had on the last hill that mirrors this one. Flash grenade out from Gary. They're going to pressure in off of that possible stun. Triple shot down with a shotgun. They're trying to get some of these kills to come through, and there it is from Lava yet again. This is the Mr. Anderson we all know and love. When Lava's playing like this, he is an extraordinarily dangerous man.
And he keeps it simple. It's all about getting damage out as quickly as possible. It's not being fancy. It's not being flashy. It's about being a great teammate, being at the objective where your squad needs to be. You can always count on him to be there. Now Twilight, they're rotating to spawns to get next. They won't have anyone contesting them on top of the hill, but the Torque Bow in the entire Northern Forces squad on the north side of the map looking to go south. Kenny misses the first bow, stomping the spawn. Kenny's going to have two after this. Trying to look for some splash damage. He gets some intel on where these players are. Sales and Rocky works together. Kenny misses the exit there from Stomp, but will he be able to get out with his life? I think he's down there around the corner. No, he's up. Everybody's up.
Still alive. The 1v1 engagement by Lava right now onto Gary is really important. Lava winning that engagement gives him an advantageous 90-degree angle. They're able to get shots on in the back now. A third down and out comes through. What Kenny is doing by playing up in that sector is just block the close respawn. Make them spawn as far away as possible. Give us time to play defense and reset.
And also, too, sometimes you have to make those decisions while your teammates are fighting, right?
Yeah.
You have to listen to the comms and see how confident they are in that fight, so you can block off those respawns and keep positioning so the next fight isn't that difficult because you guys are taking so much time on one objective, not thinking too far, not thinking far enough ahead. Great shot there from Lava. He stays cool, calm, and collected, plants his feet, knocks down last. Northern Forces will break the 200-point mark. 10 seconds of scrap time left in this hill. And now they're looking to go on towards the second rotation, back at next and set up. Here we go, Twilight. They need to get something going. They need about 2 team fights, 1 in a row to get this one tied up. I love the double flashes from them, and they'll stay aggressive. They knew that they had some great placements on it. A flank coming in from Lava, making Twilight feeling very, very uncomfortable. But when it's all said and done, it's Northern Forces picking up the first 2 kills of the team fight. Give them 3.
Let's go.
And give them the wipe.
Yeah. Love that from Northern Forces. What Lava did again. You were talking about him playing smart. Lava goes super wide on that first player, allows himself to bounce out through the front side of the hill, and then you see Kenny, Cells, and Rocky all walk it to him. That one player's down. They're going to either go for the revive or the bait shot. They walk it to him, hit them both with chunks. That's 2 already down and dead, leaves you in a 4v2.
The bow gets splash damage, and Kenny says, I'll play for splash damage this entire time if you guys just want to sit on that cover. He is just harassing them with the bow. The down is there, but it's still a 3v3 fight. You can't
Lava gets
see
another one.
Twilight get out the situation, but as you said, Lava gets another one. He finds a second, and it's only going to be Northern Forces left in the hill as it's going to be 30 points remaining now. They can't win off of this one, but they're in a great spot.
Look at that, Blaze.
They're already set up in
P2. They said, you guys got this. That's how confident Northern is right now.
And they say by the time these guys even engage in a push across the map, we'll be there. Northern will send a 3rd Lancer into the fight. Sales will back up. He says, hey, Lava, I got to just chalk it up to you. I got to rotate back, give you guys the close spawns in. They should be able to do this. Northern's playing it right. In this situation, for themselves just need not go down, but as we flip the side of the book and the side of the tape, we start talking about Twilight on this aggression. They have to dodge these nades. They will successfully be able to do that, but Rocky put a lot of pressure here on Twilight as he'll be able to pick up the first kill. You see Kenny being very evasive here with the team fire of Twilight, allowing his teammates to find openings, find opportunities for kills as Kenny finds another. But Gary, can you be the hero for the Twilight fans once again? Oh, yes he can. I think he can. Big Gary in a building, but he can't take down Kenny. He'll save his teammate, but it's a 3v2. Gary says, I got teammates as well. Cells, this ain't the games you think it is. You better back down.
Gosh almighty, Cells is putting out a ton of damage. He's trying to link up with a teammate here in Rocky. They're going to get double shot down by Flames and Gary at the same time. At this current moment, with 50 seconds left, reset. Play your power weapons. No matter what happens, you'll have power weapons to either re-engage your retake or take over the next hill. You're going to find a way to get a victory, and it's pulling 3 out of the 4 players away from that P2. So there's a chance for you to maybe get a little sneak retake in from the 6 o'clock. Torque Mode from Lava finds last, and he's down and dead. Torque Mode from Lava finds Flames. He's been extinguished. Torque Mode from Lava finds Gary. You're gone. Now it's up to Tom. No, he will not be able to do it either, but 3 out of 4 ain't bad at all.
It ain't bad at all if you're a Northern Forces fan, and we talked about it yesterday. Friends, keys to victory. You gotta let the lava flow, and we just saw him set the stage ablaze. Now 40 points remaining for Northern to take this first map. They'll set up their defenses towards the mid-map. Looking to get on over towards next, but it's more of a power weapon play, okay? The bow's coming up, the nades coming up. Lava takes one. He tries to stay alive, but he'll create an opportunity for his teammates to push towards the top side of the map. They'll play to the heels, but as the nades are starting to rotate back, Twilight knows, stay alive, stay alive. Help is coming, but will help come through? The first nade does not last, holds his ground. A short toss, an underhand one will be able to take down Rocky, but Sales, he'll trade out the kill. 2v2 situation, and Twilight comes out on top.
Settle your tea kettle. You're still up by about 80 points or so, 80 to 90 in this sector. You can reset, get your flash grenades in. This is going to be Lash trying to upset the balanced order. He's going to get called out and taken down. Now it's a 4v3 on the map. Lash was trying to make a little gasp play right there, upset this retake attempt, and is simply giving up the advantage now over to the side of Northern Forces. Flames, he'll have to bounce out to the front. Gary goes down, Stomp goes down, Flames goes down. 38 seconds, so there's 10 seconds to play with, Blaze. You have enough time to win the map, but there's 10 seconds where they can get get into the hill and try a retake.
Let's see. You're going to have Twilight starting to mount this push. Multiple smokes, multiple flashes, but where the placement's good. Good enough to get them in the hill and some more point. You see Northern back down because they say, hey, we got the power weapons. Let's just pick them off one by one. Kenny gets one. Kenny gets two. Lava and Rocky clean up the remaining ones, but from downtown.
Still enough time. Still enough time, Blaze.
Can Twilight get there? They are charging across the map, but Lass is taking so much damage. Flames goes down. It's Lava gatekeeping as he picks up 3, and there's the white. Northern Forces, they'll go up in this series 1-0.
Incredible performance there by Northern Forces. They played that scintillating and sensationally. I will tell you this, Blaze, there is only one hill in the entire game that they won. Lava, your map MVP, 24-7 and 22 for Big Mr. Anderson. I'm just taking a look back at my notepad right below me.
6.7 KDA.
Oh my God.
6.7 KDA.
Good gracious.
What the hell, bro? 6.7 KDA for Lava. Every time he respawn, you don't want to be in that man's crosshair. He has hit the flow state today, okay? That's a championship form, Lava, man.
I mean, that's a brilliant play by Lava, that entire map. But Blaze, I was taking a look. I was just making sure I had the numbers right on my notepad.
Okay. Where did they fail?
7 out of 8 hills. Northern Forces had a plus margin. Out of those 7 hills, they had 3 hills with a margin of 30 points. Sorry, 30 points or greater on those hills, where they either gained 30 more points than Twilight. They had 2 at 30 and 1 at plus 58. That's where it fell, and that's point 2. So you start off 30-20. You finish that second hill 50-52, but you finish off the third hill 108-52.
And you know what? You know, we always talk about how Gears is the game of momentum, right? But once you kick off the matchup and you realize that what you're doing is working, right? You're winning your shotgun fights, the rotations are smooth. All you do is that you pick up the pace. You get more confident. You start playing more aggressive to kind of steamroll your opponents, and that's exactly what happened here for Northern. Anytime they needed a breath, they had to lead to take a breath and reset the fight, okay? They had that type of composure, and we saw it time and time again as they chose to play for objectives rather than play for hill time, all right? They always kept the most important POI on the map in their sights, and so I loved how Northern played throughout this. And Twilight, they just couldn't match their energy at the end of the day, but maybe they can get it done in execution.
Well, I look at it this way. Another big rift in the way that they were being handled today. Rise yesterday against Twilight, willing to take those fights, willing to play up against them. Casa de Papel, willing to take those fights, willing to play up against them. There were several times, and they're not going to make anybody's highlight reel package. They're not going to make a montage reel, but they sure as hell made the crow's nest. I was watching them that entire map, and they kept rolling back. They kept pulling Lancer. We saw it a couple of times at P2 where Rocky, Cells, even Lava, just lancering people as they run straight at them. I want to ask, is anybody home? Are you running into a Lancer? Hello? That's what I saw as the big differential. Why Northern Forces was able to handle their business is because they handled the Lancer.
And so how do you handle that, right? If you're on the side of Twilight, you're getting a lot of pressures coming your way. It's very difficult to get in those setups. The best way to counter support fire is with support fire, okay? Because what's happening to your team is as you're going into these fights, with even just a little bit of damage, that causes anxiety. That calls you to make more frantic moves, just trying to take a kill to the grave. So how do you make your opponent feel that way? Putting out that same damage. So the best way is to get a Lancer anchored up for your squad as well, and find a player on the map to target, okay? Don't worry so much about what your opponent is doing, but just stick to your fundamentals and just find kills, find objectives, and commit to that. Once you get those numbers advantages, you got to know how to be able to reset and start playing those numbers.
Again, they also, if you ever watched Twilight on that map, as close as I was watching it, never once on any of those utility slots for Twilight was there ever a smoke grenade. You know what else helps people stop standing 30 yards away from you and just shooting you? a smoke between you and me. If I throw a smoke to the front side of P2, yeah, they can see out the 90-degree, but they're going to have to go super wide and try to lance you as come in. But you get lost in the sauce at that point. You might be in the smoke waiting to peek out at somebody still sitting into the hill. There are so many ways to counter tactics like that. Northern Forces took advantage of a young, aggressive team. That's what Twilight is to me. They want to play aggressive. They want to play up into their opponent's face.
Yeah.
Northern Forces said, have at it, buddy. You want to do that? You got to remember, in this game, I know a lot of people forget, a lot of people talk trash about those of us that love that Lancer, but that Mark III didn't get to put a stock and a scope on it by Damon Baird for no apparent reason. He said, nah, baby, let's use this one.
Yeah, and we see that precision fire coming out on the side of Northern Forces. And, they got some precision players on their team who probably could even got nominated there towards those All-Star Awards, which was fantastic. Okay, we were looking at the categories, thinking about who was going to win each one. Of course, you said Powers is walking away with at least half of them, okay? They just voted for.
Load him up with hardware. Just give it all.
Oh, man, Hey, I wonder if it'd be real cool if they all got like little medals or trophies or plaques for those, that, at the end.
I told Taylor I'm actually in talks with the guy that does my trophies back home. I'm going to try to get him an all-star trophy made up so that he feels like he won something. Yeah. But I'm also going to make sure at the very bottom of it, it gets engraved only because Blaze and I didn't trade.
Hey, that'd be, the players will absolutely love that, Colin. I'm pretty sure. Now, as we hop into map number 2, I'm sure the fans are going to enjoy this one. It's a fair execution between Northern Forces and Twilight. And Twilight fans, I don't hear you. Where you at? Okay? I'm trying to hear you down south. Make some noise in the chat for your squad. They need you more than ever, as we can see. 4v2 in favor of Northern Forces. And they don't even have any power weapons yet, but they're going to try to acquire the Twerk Bow. Stomp will have the drop shot to work with Gary in this situation. But, we're going to have to see some crazy drops being tossed shot here in a second. The active is there. I love it over the top. He takes down Lava, but he can't get around the map. Gary can't get to him in time.
They get both power weapons, and they're down in a 3v1. Rocky's going to get one shot at him. Splash damage will come through.
Go put it on the left. Yo,
something?
I was going to say, if he revs that boat, puts it on the left, Rocky has to roll out to the right. Open, you pistol him down, you fade out the next guy.
Shock is going to come out. Kenny's trying to get to the 6 o'clock at Gary, trying to trap him for a moment. 3 bolts left. Tagging damage in from Kenny. Kenny's going to have that bolt thrown at his feet. There's no way Kenny's not going to get shot at right here. Bingo!
No splash.
No splash. Kenny must have rolled to the other side of the top side of that stairwell. Now trying to pressure him at that pillar. There's the down. Kenny's a little red, but not down or dead. Good clean sweep there. They did lose one player to the drop shot, but they get the initial first blood, and they get 2 after it almost immediately.
All right. Great effort there from Twilight, but even better execution coming out from Northern Forces. 4 assists for Rocky, able to tag up all those players that died. He had a great first round, but now time to head into the second. Here we go. Twilight was able to get the drop last time, but mainly because Northern, they played their numbers after they got that first blood. Stomp will get it again without being contested. You'll see player 5 rotate down low against Gary just to ensure that his teammate is able to walk away with a free Twerk Bow. Now, this one's going to slow down a bit, Colin.
Flames is going to look through the middle of this hotel. What he's trying to find is in those little openings, you can use the windows, you can use the broken out parts of the wall to see movement inside of that hotel. Play it a little tactically. Even though you've got a drill bit that you got to get through, if you at least see which side they're rotating, you have a better idea of where your opposition's going to make it through the map. I think he might even see Cells' gun across the map. There's the first torque out to the top side of that cover where Flames was, and he's going to roll off of that cover just to make sure he doesn't get hit with the splash damage. The active missed by Flames, so he will still have the chance to get that big powering drill bit into that rocket. Let's see what they do here, because again, you still got about a minute and a half or so before you really got to worry about the overtime hill.
Less than that.
Look at the way that Lava's gone out into the open here. Lava's maybe setting up for that next drop shot that's going to pop. So if I am Flames, I'm rotating outside. I'm going to switch with player 3 here and get ready to throw a drill bit onto that drop shot to try to prevent him from getting those 2 rockets.
See, he's playing for the objective of the hill, right? Making sure that he can get there and have the drop shot in place. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it's still another drop shot that's going to come up on the map that you got a chance to protect. He can shoot that drop from anywhere to be able to get the splash damage and prevent the hill from being capped. But I think you need to worry about the objectives that are currently here. Stomp will put himself in a Lancer position. Multiple players of Northern stacking up on a drop. Flame still doesn't have this call out, and honestly now I don't know if he can move.
The shock at the drop. I think the shock is on the drop right now.
And it moved these players away. Oh no, it's just off the drop. You gotta go for this now. You gotta get Sails off. Get the kill. From downtown, he gets two.
Kenny's in there now. Kenny's in there now. Now they're gonna fight a 2v1. Back end.
No
but
way.
They don't get the stop.
No way.
They don't get the stop. All you had to do was step up.
Oh man, the drop shot, the player outside couldn't get there in time. And you see it down the hill, it looked like the play was gonna be made, but it was two members of Northern in the hill versus Flames by himself. And you cap it up faster with the amount of players in the hill if they're down or not. Great drop from Lava. And then he holds up his 1v1 outside. Even though he loses it,
I love the fact that even Cells knows he's a sheep. He knows he's going to get eaten by wolves. His job is to get a drop shot out of that rocket. They're going to get the rocket here again for free in Stomp's hands. Flames is going to get pressure here in the middle of the hotel. Big body shots over the top. Gets the down on Kenny, gets the down on Cells. Another down comes through. There's the drop shot for the triple +1. Rocky with a torque now. That's an easy dub there for Twilight. They roll back. They play that picture perfect to get those final kills.
The defensive back A's right there off the right, okay? Not going for kills, playing for damage, hoping that help will come, and help did come. There you go. Last gets there at the right time to get Kenny down. And it made time for the drop to come. Everyone's on the same page here from Twilight, looking to help each other out. And then, you know, that with some strategies that they run, they're going to be weak in certain areas. They're not trying to be superstars in those areas, okay? They're just trying to survive. Great job from Flames, but now he'll be playing the stairs, defending it. Stomp with a beautiful 1v1. Stomp with two great back A's. Got the shots on Kenny. Kenny still doesn't have his health back, but Kenny has a commanding lead in this fight. Stomp takes the left hand, cuts back. His teammates go down inside, but Gary's still alive. Stomp versus Kenny. Kenny trying to get the blind fires over the top. The drop shot still up. Gary and Stomp will get the pinch, but Gary with the bow gets a quick shot. Kenny on the flank can't get the back A. The drop shot is still up and Sails. What can you do? You got a torque bow, you got to dodge. Ooh! Gary, he says, hey, I could set the stage ablaze as well. I could turn up.
They get that first ice-breaking kill, but then 2 kills come through for the side of Northern Forces, and I got a little worried. I said, Kenny's pressuring outside. He's got a true 1v1. If he wins that in any way, shape, form, or fashion, the torque bow is pretty much nullified at that point because they can pincer him in. Luckily, for the side of Gary, he was able to get that down or get the help quick enough from the torque bow player into that back parking lot fight to get the kill.
Multiple flashes tossed towards the middle. Northern is going to try to make a play down low for the bow. Gary overextended. He'll lose his life. Some team kills happening outside, and this whole round is botched by Twilight. Northern, they'll go up 3-2. And, you know, really, Gary's super aggressive in his 1v1. He gets cut on. No extra help and support comes down the mid-stairs for him in that situation. And from there, it's just, you know, the team kills and Northern getting themselves an easy round, Colin.
So right now, Northern Forces has thrown a couple of different looks at Twilight. Twilight has had a really good answer for one of them, and I think that's something that they can put in their back pocket. But the answer is that Twilight plays for that drop every single time, and instead of sending Rocky down to the torque bow, you send him out to try to challenge the drop shot. That's when they sent those 3 players through the Estamont Hotel.
Drop shot picked up by Stomp once again, and he has been hitting his shots. Twilight will slow it down, but no bow pickup. And if I see no bow pickup at this point in the game, I'm booking it towards that side of the map, right? You have to try to get an angle and just to double down. They will be able to get that bow out, but I think that's just a slow rotation right there. If it ain't picked up, that's your next objective, the other power weapon. I want to see some hustle towards that side of the map, but as you will see, power weapons traded off, shot grenades picked up respectively by each squad, and now we're going to slow it down and see if Rocky and Rocky and Gary drop shot traded out can make the plays for their team.
Does he see that elbow in the far back?
I felt like he saw the elbow before he saw the tree.
He had to see Rocky's elbow. Yeah, he sees it. So he has to know where that torque's coming in from.
You go right.
The inside of the planter.
Oh, nice my. That was ballsy. That was ballsy.
Trying to not get killed. Now he's going to shoot one at Gary at that flagpole. This could be the drop shot they need.
What?
Long range drop. My goodness, that was a bit of a waste, if you ask me. Lava's thrown 2 torques and has gotten damage, but no kills, so you can look at that as a waste. The drop shot gets thrown from about 150 yards. I mean, you're not going to try to throw it as a Hail Mary to win a football game. I don't know why you try that one right there.
You know, we're not seeing a lot of in-game lag, but a lot of mental lag here with the players.
It's early. It's early.
It's early in the morning. I don't know if they got fueled up. I don't know if they got their caffeine, if the wings are on them.
You
or
come
if they're
from a
monsters,
different cloth.
but
These are News Gears kids. They weren't waking up 2 and 3 hours fighting bots ago. Okay.
Nah. I know Kenny did. He better. Yeah. I know Kenny was up early shooting. And now drop shot, 1 left. New Hill shot grenade. Who tossed that shot first? Is Michael.
Cells.
Great drop.
Shot.
No bowls hit, and now you get to throw a deeper shot to stop him. Great execution. Great execution from Twilight. I love the second shot thrown. You saw some desperateness from the side of Northern Forces in tossing theirs first. At that point, honestly, let the Twerk Bowl make the first play before you toss yours, right? Let your opponent make a move before you get that shot grenade out of there, but they were just playing too ahead of the game.
Northern Forces has yet to play for the drop shot in a round. They've yet to overload it. They've yet to really challenge it.
They haven't, which is weird.
And I really dislike that play from them. They're going to try to just send 2 guys onto the porch yet again. Lava's going to be outside. He's going to be backed up by Cells, who's playing a little bit more at 45. But Lava's going to get absolutely flown out of 2v1. Now Kenny's going to be flanked out and pressured back. Kenny's going to need some help. A flash grenade gets thrown. Kenny's going to continue to bounce around. Cells is inside of the Esteban Hotel now trying to find some damage. Kenny's going to try to find one. Can't get either. Rocky's going to find one. So it is a 3v2 right now. Rocky will get the bow. Cells is going to try to go outside. Rocky inside of the hotel is looking for an opportunity to get a pick here. Try to open something up for his teammates. Cell, he's going to try to get out there to stop the drop pick, but he's not going to be there in time. And this is going to be another revving torque bow from Rocky. This is where things get interesting because you have the 3 more torques to the 2 rockets of Twilight. And Twilight's looking to take a man and a round advantage even further.
All right, Twilight. You got 2 drop shots, and you got the man advantage. This should be a must-win round for you and your squad as long as you take it patiently. On the flip side, Northern looking for a kill to make it a 2v2. Looking for that intel. We know that the other hill is going to be on the low side of the map, the tiebreaker hill. So everyone is going to be getting set up. You say buy Cells. You say that drop shot's going to come to the top.
There's no way he doesn't see him over there. There's no way. And if Cells stays there to try to Lancer somebody in that hill, they're giving up the positioning, so he's going to get chunked by the drop, or he's going to just leave the overtime hill open for somebody to capture.
I would have ran up to the front door, dropped that bow, and said, "Come get it," and went back and got the drop shot, and I would have played until the last 15 seconds of the map, right? Just trying to hit Hail Marys, trying to put some pressure onto the hill. We'll see the bow miss, and Flames will be able to win his fight. Rocky in a 1v3 situation, and there's just nowhere he can move without taking some damage. Twilight doing something spectacular. 2 rounds in a row. You know, spectacular is probably too big a word for it, but I love how they're playing some great Gears right now.
Yeah, they're playing very smart, very methodical Gears action. This is one of the things that, I mean, it harkens back to the days of old. They've slowed down their pace of play. They're not falling into the traps of Northern Forces. Again, I do not know why Northern has not played for the drop shot. You have Kenny on your team.
They did it all in Pro League. Kenny was picking it up every single round. Why they don't want to do it now?
They're going to finally play for it. Kenny's going to go for it and try to get the pick on the drop. They're going to go down with a 2-man advantage to the bottom side of the map. They're going to try to call out that everybody's gone into the Esteban Hotel, or is it the bottom side of the map? This is going to be Gary, torque bow in hand. He's going to be tagged up a little bit red. Kenny's going to be trying to meet him from the inside of this office, but does he know that Kenny is there?
Woo! Give us that bow.
And the bow is on the ground. And the bow is on the ground. Stomp is down. Lava's trying to check that player inside. Stomp goes down. It's a 4v2. Last, he's going to try to jump outside onto Lava. Big first shot. Misses the second one. Back A out by Last. Gets that kill. 3v2 onto the map right now. Flames is completely wide-angled out. And Last will find himself last alive for his squad. And there's no chance for him to come back as they've pulled Lancer. They've gotten initial damage. They're settling the tea kettle for best of 3 we go.
All right, a best of 3 remaining in his execution between Twilight and Northern Forces. The winner moves on to play Fury 1 in the champ bracket. Who wants it more? All right, so as you said before, Northern finally playing for that drop shot for the first time, and it worked out for him very well. Kenny was sneaky around the map, waiting for his opportunity. He was able to shut down a power weapon player. Twilight, they got to make sure they keep a head count, keep their numbers, and understand that man, oh man.
Look at Twilight's fear. They've sent 2 people to the parking lot to ensure a drop shot pick.
They said, we ain't playing around. We want to get it and back up. We know what we want to do, but I think if you could use, I want to see some shot grenades here from the Turbo players off the start.
Where was your advantage, though? Northern Forces had to find where their 2v1 was.
They never know. It's player 6. Like, Rocky was never able to, I guess, get the help to get the bow because it's still up. It was just a slow rotation. If you see 2 players on a map, you got to start pushing for other objectives. So I don't know if Rocky just didn't get the help from Sales or if he didn't get the help from Lava. Probably Sales, if anything, playing in more of a closer position to him. But you'll have player 4 just kind of guard that torque bow. If I'm them, I'm still trying to move down there and pick up that power weapon, right? Why you got all this time on the clock?
Cells has to roll back. Cells, you got to get out of there, buddy. That's a drop.
Okay, that was a good kill.
That last knew that Cells was there. He's got to reposition down the stairs somewhere other than that cubby trying to get a sneak kill. Trying to get that sneak kill puts you in the worst possible position. Now Rocky finds himself getting angled down, and he's going to get hunted here in a moment because he's going to continue to get damaged here, and that'll lead to a drop shot play.
Yo, he should have just stayed behind cover and just baited stomp, right? Because you know he's going to get pushed. It's going to work out regardless as they try to take him out this position. Right behind him. Beautifully plays drop. Lava, he'll roll out, but takes a lot of damage up the stairs. He'll get to safety, just barely trying to regroup up with Kenny. A new drop shot should come up in the final seconds of the round. Kenny trying to push his 1v1, trying to just scare this player away, asking for Lava to say, hey, get the drop if you can, or win your fight, but neither can get on the same page. It's going to be a Twilight round win as they are at map point to get this series all tied up 1-1. What strat would you love to see out of Northern coming out this round?
Next 2 rounds, play for the drop. I don't care if you meet them 2-2 up there. I don't care if you overloaded 3-2 and you give up a free torque bow. This next round, play for the drop shot. Every time Northern Forces has given it away for free, basically they've lost the round.
They've lost it, yep. Or they need some more aggression down in that bow alley, but we'll see Sales partner up with Kenny. Multiple smokes and flashes tossed by each squad. Stomp, he goes down. Kenny takes a wider angle. The shot grenade will block that cover, allow Kenny to get even wider. Gary gets a point-blank bow. He gets to the team. A double kill from Rocky. He gets 3 on the flank to get his team all tied up 5-5. Last man standing for Twilight. Being sneaky, but Sales says, I got him. The jig is up. Call the cops. We got him. We got him.
Hey, yo, Adrian, I did it, baby. I hit them all, baby. My man Rocky out there. He said it ain't over till it over. He said he ain't heard no god-dang bell. Bouncing in for the first, bouncing in for the second. Big body spread for the third. He put him on him, baby.
You should have seen Kyle. He did LeBron when he's like stomping and pressing to the ground. He's like,
that's what he's doing, baby. That's what he's doing. Rocky said it ain't over.
Here we go. Into round 11 here on the Fear. Kicking it off with Kenny going out wide, playing for the drop shot. Colin says this is Northern Forces win condition. Play for the drop. Kenny gets to the corner just barely. But Kenny takes shots over the top of the cover. He can't. He's safe. He gets some exit damage on stop. But now, will he pull out his shot? He goes for the pistol. He gets the cleanup. Flames. He can't do much in this situation. And now Kenny in a 1v1. Kenny's going to go for the back gate. And he gets the kill. Lava turns. Sales joins the fray. And last, looking for some help from Gary as Gary's on the flank. Gary with some good shots. It's winnable for Twilight in the situation. He's looking to turn down 2v2. A point blank in the back, but the drop shot gets 2. And Northern Forces continues to go up in this series 2-0. They are not slowing down. Your MVP on your screen, the king of the house of bounce with 8 kills, 4 deaths, and almost 9K damage. It was a team effort coming out here from Northern Forces, but we saw it was a drop shot that was able to lock the map up. Folks, don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll see who can take Vasgar. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Gears Summer Major. As you saw on the quad feed, we got multiple teams up 2-0. Pioneers, Casa de Papel 1, and Twilight. Sorry, not Twilight, Northern Forces, excuse me, as we just got done watching them go up 2-0 against Twilight. even though you see some great plays on your screen coming out from Twilight, and rightfully so. This map went to a round 11, one of the closest in which we've seen all weekend, Colin.
Hey, Blaze, I'm going to ask you a question, okay? I want the old Blaze. I want the professional player Blaze that was talking to his team.
What up, my guy?
You were talking to your team after your map. You said, we just won 7 First Bloods. Who won that map? If your team got 7 First Bloods, who won that map?
It better be us.
It won't you, baby. Twilight got 7 out of 11 First Bloods and lost the map.
Oh, man. They had an extra round that they gave up that I know they wish they shouldn't have. What do you know which round it was?
Round 2, they gave the First Blood, and they gave up the win. And round 10, they got the
drop
First
shot
Blood.
clutches, yeah.
And the drop shot
Yeah, it was going into the hill. That one round there in round number 2.
Yes,
Bit them in the behind in the end. But, hey, beautiful numbers right there, Colin. And it just shows at the end of the day, you got to have that teamwork, got to be able to take your numbers advantages in execution, but also as well in escalation as we move on over towards Vasgar in map number 3. Now, we talked yesterday about how Kenny was a part of one of the best Vasgar teams out there over the years, okay? And so Northern, they got all the pieces to the puzzle. But how formed is that puzzle? Well, we're going to have to find out here on Championship Sunday. I think they may have put a few more pieces in there yesterday, and they look more into full form. Now, Twilight, I didn't get a chance to see this team play on Vasgar, okay? I haven't seen a lot of Twilight outside of yesterday and seeing their awesome performance in the group play, one that we wasn't expecting, okay? No. Because, we feel like we saw the 10 best teams in a pro league. So very rarely a team comes out of that open qualifier and just amazes us because it's levels and gears, okay, when it comes down to the comp gameplay. But Twilight shows that they know how to compete. Players that's, been in the pro league before at various different times in their careers, but in a current state of gears, not there, right? But they've been practicing in the offseason.
I really love what Twilight has done. They have become that team that upsets the established order. There's a chance that even if they lose this map, they're going to go in a loser's bracket. And they're going to beat a couple teams that you love. You've seen them time and time again on Pro League. The thing that worries me is they take Rise and Casa to a map 5. They lose map 5. The loss to Rise was a little bit bigger to me because Rise was stumbling a lot yesterday. They're not. I don't mean this in the entirety of their performance, but Rise acted like a paper champion. They're not a paper champion because they've been battle tested throughout Pro League. But yesterday, they went up against a team nobody's ever heard of with 4 players that we might have heard of or seen, but never saw great success out of. And they were getting put on a back foot. Rise taking take to a map 5 on that. But they did what champions do. They settled it in and they got the map 5 win. But it worries me for all these other teams left in the tournament that Twilight are those guys. They have the ability to do it.
Yeah, when it came down to a Rise, it was just a little lackadaisical yesterday, in a new environment. They're all together. We saw the pings and, but you still got to be able to, get comfortable, get locked in, learn how to, rock it out on your new equipment. And so hopefully, I actually feel that Rise is going to come out today and be a lot more comfortable than they were yesterday. So I hope they got the practice time in that they needed. And they also got their Astro headsets with them because that venue is probably a little noisy. Here we go. I'll tell you one thing that's about to be noisy is this broadcast as me and Colin's going to turn up in the mic. Chat, can Twilight come back or is Northern Forces about to end this series? We're kicking this one off with Sales.
Northern Forces are going to take the 3 players, or 2-2 split over to the B hill to try to ensure they get the secondary hill capture. They're going to try to play defense against the 3 players of Twilight that play over to their side of the hill. Big body shots coming out, but no chance for a kill just yet. They haven't gotten it down to be converted. There's the first chunk. A miss by Cells, doesn't convert the second. Kenny's already dead. Last alive is, again, Rocky. But Rocky is going to play defense for as long as he can over here. What Twilight has to do, they should have rotated through the middle of the map, go up the gut, send one player up the gut, send the other player straight to B. They're going to have Rocky trapped out for just a moment. He's going to try to get a big body shot there. Hits 2 big shots, a third, but not enough to get the down. So Northern Force is a little off kilter. They've got to find a kill somewhere else. Kenny's going to be by himself in a 2v1. Shot over the top. Second one connects, goes to the backside of the cover, and Brash Brigade Lonnie will fall in that instance.
I don't like that move by Rocky going forward on Stomp. I thought as soon as he saw another player, his exit route was going to be hop that wall behind him and get into the pit. wait for reinforcements to come. But instead, he took a little risky 1v2 situation. In the end, that fight really so much didn't matter in the grand scheme of things. It's the 2v2 on the other side of the map. Now, we do see a numbers advantage.
Oh, my God.
Lava gets one to the grave. That's big when it comes down to numbers, because what's going to happen is that Northern, they're going to pressure onto Sea Hill, right? They're going to get this decap, maybe not worry so much towards the bottom end of the map, but as they're going to start sitting 2 there now, they'll have their numbers. By decapping C, they forced 3 players to come this direction, and they sent 2 down low, so they knew what was going to happen as they'll hold their high ground on the COG side of the map, which is the best side in the first half, as Sales will continue to drop back. I'm loving the defense, okay? You don't have to press forward.
On the flank, on the flank, on the flank. Oh, what a shot.
A blunder there by
Oh, what a shot.
Stomp.
Gotta get the kill. Gotta get the kill. Oh, my God. Cells saves Kenny Bounce. Baby, triple cap domination ticking in. A back and forth round with an uppercut after the 2-piece. He went to the body. Cells went to the body. Got him to fall forward. Hit him on the chin and said, get in. Got to the hill. They got the triple cap domination for the first round win.
Great round by Cells. He's going to have 2 kills, 4 assists, max damage for him in the round with 4K on his team, maxing an entire map. Most points as well. Good job to him, but it ain't over yet. Oh, Stompy and Lava got that 1 ping. Okay, I see him out there coming out with some big plays there. Now, here we go. Not so much coming out with big plays, but, you know, a little extra pressure off the shoulders. You know, only Kingman means so much, but
You gotta take your advantages where you can get them.
Take it where you can get them, right?
Where you can get them.
Hey, you know, I love seeing a single-digit ping. Make me happy at the end of the day, okay? Now, here we go. Botox placed on the map. We'll see which of our precision shooters on this map is going to be able to get us some headshots, put out that damage. The flash too far. He doesn't reset the fight. He actually will be able to. But on the other side of the map, there's 2v2.
Oh, my God.
Yo. The 3-piece coming out. Sales got 2. Rocky says, hey, man, let me turn up my team. Let me win this round. All I got to do is be great. All I got to do is be great.
Oh, my God.
All I got to do is be great.
Oh, my God. It's like they are summoning strength from one another right now. If somebody's popping off, everybody's popping off. Kenny lines up that second shot, headshot, still gets it to come through with the Voltok, pulls the meat shield, body block out, and last all he does is pull the pistol. He pulls the pistol. He said, quick draw.
He said, oh, is it noon yet? Come on now.
I'm looking for lunch. If it's noon, I'm looking for lunch.
Hey, we can't win the team fight. I'll get you in a 1v1. Oh, man.
I cannot, but my man had a chance. Try to roll past him. You might take that first melee, but you might get the reset as well.
It's because of your shirt, Colin, okay? He was like, you know what, Colin's casting match. Let me bring out these cowboy vibes for the day, all right?
They're just, hey, look, I told Goalie this morning, I said, you're lucky I didn't actually bring the boots.
Ooh,
I
need some new boots, bro.
I got a pair of worn-in cowboy boots that when I wear them, the dust still comes off them suckers.
Can you give me some recommendations on some good boots? Because I need them for my cowboy hat.
All right, I'll get you some good boots. I actually got a guy that works with leather. He's a leather worker back home. I get him enough rawhide from a slaughter cowboy.
Yo, bro,
he can make a pair of fresh.
I'm gonna get some Hoofy Daddy shorts and some boots and get my hat on this summer. I'm gonna be looking good, yo. They ain't gonna know what to do with
Blaze.
me.
Good God,
they ain't gonna know how to stop me.
I'm gonna need a minute, chat. I'm gonna need a minute. That got me messed up.
Hey, as I start to continue to heat up for the day, we see Sales heating up that retro lance. Says he's gonna have to get the active on it. The down is there. Lava has his back as we already said that he is flowing for the day. Heat on the main stage coming out for Northern Forces as they will, even though they're heating up this stage, their opponents looking real cold.
I mean, the Twilight is looking really uncomfortable. I did not see Twilight get put on the back foot like this literally at all yesterday. They've got to go into the hill to get the neutralization now. They've got to buy time for their teammates to come off of respawn. They get the decap that they need, but it's 2 separate 2v2s now. The body shots are unbelievably huge from that side of the map. Cells with the retro. There's the down. There's the damage. My God, Cells is a human shredding machine. He can make coleslaw with his fingertips right now. He'd just be shredding people left, right, and center. Shout out one time to Scarlet Witch and what she did to Reed Richards.
Man, had him out there looking like a pack of dried noodles, okay? Oh, man. That Cells, he got his opponent's knees weak right about now. 14.0 KDA with only 1 death to his name in 3 rounds.
what do you do if at this point is Twilight? What the hell you gonna do? You put a power weapon? They beat you on the power weapon fight.
Whatever they gonna do, I just hope that
They do it together?
It's the same energy that Rebel had last night. Okay, we figured out a game plan. All right, one is gonna be putting that sniper down the tank. They're gonna do it a little bit sooner though. They don't want to wait to round 4. It was actually like round 6 yesterday before that sniper got placed down.
But see, you're giving up 2. Like, I hate that they waited till this round to do it, because now the Retro and the Boltok is getting picked up by Northern Forces on the way into the frickin' fight. You're going to have to place against both of those on the way into this B hill. So Kenny's going to shred you or headshot you from Rocky. I mean, pick your poison at this point.
Yeah, no Boltoks got picked up just yet. Yeah, not just yet.
Why not?
They're gonna. I don't know why, but they're gonna save it towards the later portion of the fight. They wanted to get to this hill in time in case their opponent did a quick pick, right? But if you leave it, you get that Boltok now. You give the indication on your screen for your opponent to say, "Hey, they're man down. Someone's missing on the map," right? So it's just a little bit too little, too late. But each squad has a Retro Lancer in the mix. Well, no, you won't have the Retro Lancer here for Twilight because Flames has it in his 1v1 defending the home hill. But it will be Kenny in the middle map with the Retro Lancer. So Kenny's actually staying mobile. No Retro Lancers down at the tank just yet.
No, he already used his utility.
Yeah, he used it on a push. And as far as Flames, he is not going to have his yet. But that Retro Lancer is all he needs to take this fight against Sales, unless Sales can make it towards the inside stairs, just like his teammates did on the opposite side of the map. But it's an uphill battle in which they can't win. Sales, do you want to make a play? Do you want to push or do you want to? Oh, no.
Wait, just wait. 2-to-1 hill advantage. You roll back away from it if they respawn everybody and come at you. Otherwise, they're going to have a 3v3 over here because now Cells can push him with the extra health he's going to get. He might be full red, but he's going to get that down as Lava comes up those stairs. One player's going to be in the area for the touch. It's going to be last, and he will get a last gasp into the hill. They're going to try to 1v1 out toward Rocky. Rocky with a headshot. Shuts him down. He said... Help me spell it out one time. He said C-O-M-P-U-S-T. Yes, sir. He's got composure. Look at this. Settle the tea kettle. Take the head. Clean clocked off. Said good night.
Oh, man. Great gameplay coming out from Northern Forces. 1 round away from a 3-0 to move forward and play Fury 1. Old teammates, Toady having to play up against his old teammates, Colin, with his new team. Talk about a storyline right there. I'm going to have my popcorn for that matchup.
Thank God I'm not on the broadcast. I can go sit there.
Yeah, right? I'll be right there next to you, okay? This is going to be insane. But Northern has to get there first. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We already saw 1 reverse sweep yesterday. It's the Gear Summer Major. Anything is possible, okay? As long as you believe. Ask the Rebel fans in chat. Some of you guys may be rooting for Twilight right now, so bring the energy. Now, Northern, as they're on top of the mountain, we'll see if Twilight will be able to do something mystical to stop them.
Ooh. If that's a headshot, Cells has to challenge that.
100%.
That's too much damage. That's too much damage.
Damage is currency. Once you hit a big shot like that, you push down, and as your opponent pops out of cover, you just keep adding on to that until he goes down or he gets chunked.
My man was thinking about it. He said, "Do you think this will hit? You think this will give me a hit?"
Nah, he tried it. He didn't get no highlight, no indicator or anything. But Flames is composed. This is the same composure that Flames had on that last hill, right?
Yep.
He ain't moving. He just let his teammates do the 3v3. Sales is wiggling and waggling, but Flames was like, bro, it's whatever, man. If you want to come, you can come, but that's not our game plan right now. As Northern make the first move on the opposite side of the map, Sales is looking for an opportunity to have to push forward. Okay, his teammates going down. But last and Gary, no revive. It's a dash through the Flames.
It's just a flesh.
Double revive. The point blank is there, but they can't save the third, and he won't be able to get there in time. It's Flames who will just step into the hill. He took down Sales too, so he did get aggressive. He won his 1v1.
You play for the long shot here. You get the decap. Do you go for the retake to try to get the lead, to try to force Gary into a bad position? Because Rocky's over here with a chance for a body shot. Gets that big first body, but they don't get any conversion off of it. Nobody's there. Nobody stays in the area to go for that shot or the kill. They're going to spread out 2-2 here on the map. Rocky's going to go to the top side of the ledge and look for a little bit of that head to try to take hit off. It's going to be a 3v2 over there on the opposite side.
Lead it.
Lava gets a headshot. Lava got a headshot with a Boltok.
Yeah, you got to lead that snipe. Go, put it where he's going, not where he at. So you don't got to swipe it. Regardless, Flames in a 1v2 situation. It ain't looking good for him. Now, on the other side of the map, Lava keeping it locked down with his teammate. It's going to be him and Kenny working together. You know, just like they did in those Optic Gaming days when Fierce War just dropped.
He's only got 2 shots left in the Bolt Hawk now. Gonna need to save those. I'd play the Bolt Hawk onto the back cover, give you a little bit more room to wiggle with to be able to play for that down and damage, but here gonna get shredded by this Retro Lancer. Lava's almost down from the Retro Lancer. They get the first revive. Kenny goes out wide, tries to help for a secondary down. Stomp might be on his 3rd down and out right now. This is a bad spot for Lava. He's gonna get down for the 45-degree angle. Cells is there with his own Bolt Hawk to get the shot, to get the kill. There's the chunk by Cells, but cannot get the brick to go. Triple cap domination could be threatened here momentarily. Rocky is saving the last shot in the chamber for that possible player, but they're going to mount 3 players up over to the Northern Forces side of the map. Twilight, they've got to win this round here. They got to do it to stay alive at this point, but I like this from Gary. He picked up a meat shield to pick up a secondary flash. Cell's going to try to get the shot over the top. Can't get it to go. Cells can't get anybody in that fight. They've still got another fight, but no, they won't be able to do it. Kenny won't get there, neither will Rocky.
Twilight, they will get 1 on the board. See, chat, I told you, if you believe, you can manifest 2 5-round comebacks back-to-back days. You are just a part of this broadcast as we are, okay? So, keep it up. But it is a tall task, right, Colin? Surely not. Surely Northern doesn't give up 4 more rounds.
Hey, look, when you walk up, you know, and you ask the barman, and he says you want 16 or 22 ounces, and you say I want the guzzler, that's the task they got in front of them. If it ain't a 16 or 22, they had to get a guzzler out here, boy. They got to go for the big cup. Okay, you had to fill it up.
I don't know if I got the belly for a guzzler, but actually I do. I'll take a 22 ounce down. You gonna chuck a 22 ounce with me on Sunday? Maybe.
Brother, have you met me?
Yeah, I have, but that's a negative.
hey, look. I'll drink it. It'll be the doctor.
Yo,
it'll be
yeah, drink 22 ounce of doctor as long as it's carbonated.
It'll be the 23 flavors, baby. I'll tell you what. Shout out one time to doctor.
An ounce of flavor each. Okay, and that doctor. But
Kenny with it. Oh, this is Stomp.
Oh, Lava about to need a doctor.
Do it, Stomp.
Do it.
Throw it.
Do it.
Shoot the shot.
Toss it. Come on.
Toss it. You better get in there and you better toss it, Stomp.
Oh, he gonna go deeper?
I mean, if you're gonna toss it, you might as well get deep so that the toss is correct.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with you on that one. Now, Flames will have to get out this situation, but he's okay. Only 1 player he has to deal with. Plays this cover very well, but Cells ain't planning on pushing him like this.
Cells got him down to about half health here.
He
Cells isn't really hurt at all. Still got
that back 8-0.
Hurt him a little bit more, 52%, keeping him full. Now he's getting his health back. Now it's going to be settled in. That's going to be a first kill. Not getting the second, though, but Rocky stays alive in the cubby corner. Cells, once again, needs to win this 1v against Flames. That is a huge win by Flames.
He is nasty.
Northern Forces is going to do everything they can to keep this on their side, but it's going to be, I believe, Kenny having a skedaddle through the middle of the map to try to get away for the retake.
Now Rocky with the snipe in hand. He'll have to make a play here soon, but he got some time to work with. Even though his team does not have the lead, they are split up into a 2-2 on each side of the map. Rocky will get mobile. Oh, this player in the corner, he doesn't know it. Didn't check his corner. I think he saw the gun at the last second. He did. Gets the body shot. He should be able to get another body shot in this position. His teammate has the damage, but it will be Gary getting back to safety. Lava will join the fight. Rocky, can he hit another big headshot, another big body shot? Yes, he can.
There it is. 2-1 hill advantage. Flames on the opposite side. Has another 1v1 against
Rocky.
Cells. Has another 1v1 against Cells. They send a second player over there. Cells is going to skedaddle out of here. He's going to try to get over to the D hill to try to play some defense. Keep them guessing. He banks the flash grenade.
Rocky, they got families. Calm down.
Oh my God. Blast doesn't have one anymore. That's going to be the incendiary into the hill. Bouncing through is going to be Flames. The double cap will come through in just a moment, but Lava has another big 1v1 to win over here. Oh my God. Mr. Anderson reading the matrix right there, doing exactly what has to be done. Kenny's going to get an attempted wrap shot. Now another up A comes out, but Stomp is full red. Shot over the top by Lava. Secondary shots in from Cells. They keep the 2-1 hill advantage going in their favor. Rocky challenging towards toward Last. Last has to make sure he stays alive. This is a big 1v1 again for Last. Another player from Twilight has to win another 1v1 sector. They have to get another fight win, but there's the help from Kenny from the Lancer. 2v2 with the home hill. Triple gap domination ensuing. It comes through. Northern Forces, they finish this one off and polish the matchup. 5-1 on map 3, 3-0 across all maps.
Northern was not playing around. They just continued to escalate the pressure there on the side of Twilight until they just crumbled. Sales your MVP once again in this map. 15k damage. Kenny joined him as well. Oh my God, 4 kills, 4 deaths, 23 assists for the House of Bounce.
Did everything he needed to do to keep his teammates in fights. The exact opposite of what they were able to accomplish against E United yesterday. Everybody low on assists, not as many kills, and still not high on damage, meaning they're engaging a ton of 1Vs.
Yeah.
Today, the assists through the roof. They were helping each other out, and that's what you must do against teams like Twilight.
Hey, man, play together, okay? Don't play into Twilight's game. Don't give them those individual fights in which they won. Who cares if you feel like you're a better team? This is the weekend where it comes down that you're going to always have to play some good gears, okay? You can't play that ego gears where you know that, hey, I could be the best player on the map. I'll 1v1 anybody because I got the movement, I got the skill set to do it. That'll put your team in a bad spot. But Northern, they're not fighting alone, okay? They're fighting as a group, as a unit, and they're trekking up that mountain together.
I mean, I said it a few times in those last 2 rounds. Another 1v1 for Twilight. Another must-win 1v1 for Twilight. Yep. And then all of a sudden, it was like Northern started catching up to those 1vs, finding the 90-degree Lancer, finding the 45-degree Retro, whatever it might have been. They were able to get the help early enough in those engagements to get the fights, get the kills, get the win.
Yeah, no, they truly did. You know, and Northern was winning a lot of those big team fights as well. Once they win those team fights, and, you know, once they win those team fights right there, they always force that 1v1, right? They put Sales in that position. And, you know, you saw Twilight winning some cool 1v1s, but at the end of the day, it wasn't enough, okay? And I think we all knew that Northern was going to probably come out on top, even though it was a somewhat close series. But I tell you who didn't know, Fallout. Okay.
Oh, my gosh. It was Fallout. Bring him in. Look, not only was he scared to come back in this room when he was wrong, because I already had my security. I got the big man in the middle, but he turned his back on Kenny. He said, no, you ain't got what it takes no more. He said, you're washed, Kenny. He said, you like an overused white T-shirt. Ain't nobody gonna believe in you no more. John was wrong. He was disrespectful. He coming.
I thought you was a Hall of Fame player, John. Oh, man. Colin.
Here he goes.
Yo, you're going to have to hold me back, dog, okay?
I don't know if I can hold you back. I don't know. I don't think I'm big enough to hold Blaze back.
He coming over here in these shorts. Oh,
come here, Mia. Come here.
Yo, why you gonna bring the pup in here to get us? Okay,
Mia, come here. Mia, come here. Come here. Come on.
Yo,
jump up.
Come on.
Come here, Bubba.
Oh my God, you're so cute.
Come here.
Come on, get her.
Yeah, Mia.
Look at this.
Mia.
Oh, you're so beautiful. Now go run the desk, okay, so we can get out of here.
Go on, Mia.
All right.
Run free.
Go get him, Mia. Go get him.
Brought the guard dog with us. My
God.
God.
We did, right? Yo, he really brought reinforcements, okay? We can't hurt me, all right?
Mia's
so
adorable.
Yeah, we folded as soon as he came in, chat. We folded, all right? But at the end of the day, man, hey, Northern Forces did not fold, okay? Analysts, yo, when John come back, don't let him slide on this one, okay? But y'all can take it.
What am I sliding on? First off, Colin's afraid of a fist fight. He needed Blaze to protect him. Second, let the record show.
Oh my God.
I said, as I'm out of breath, I said that Northern Forces I thought was going to win.
You
but
thought.
Because
he said Kenny was washed.
I had to shake it up.
Repeat, Kenny was washed. John Kefalukos.
That never said that.
Bye.
My mouth. Now he's putting words in my mouth. That's preposterous. That's defamation. I was about to say I'm going to Amber Heard yourself, but maybe that's not appropriate for this broadcast. All right, John Kefalukos, also known as Fallout here, joined alongside Ashes and Toby. I will admit I was wrong in my prediction. I'm going to stop being audacious. And with that said, let's take a look at the replays here. Walk us through it. It was a good series, though. Obviously, some close games throughout, Ashes.
Yeah, this was a great series, but I think the most important takeaway for me is we saw what Northern Forces can be, right? We saw the teamwork, we saw the veteran leadership, we saw Rocky and Cells doing just amazing gameplay, shotguns, lancers, knowing how to use the power. Like, they were firing on all cylinders, both as a team and as individuals, and you can see it here in these highlights. I mean, every clip is just in Northern Force's favor. They were farming these kills. They were holding the hills. The drop shots are perfect. I mean, even on these execution rounds where it didn't look too hot, they were just making the appropriate plays, right? They were fighting tooth and nail every clip. Toby, what do you think?
Yeah, totally agree wholeheartedly. I think this is the potential of the Northern Forces actually being shown, and they're sticking to their strengths, right? They have Kenny, they have Lava, kind of utilizing all their experience with the strats. Then you have players like this on our screen, Rocky getting the 3 in the middle, right? He is that top slayer of this team, and that was on show there. And then it continued into Vazgard, didn't it? You still had everyone pretty much playing as a solid team. They never broke away from that, strategy to kind of deal with this roster of Twilight. And I think Colin came up with a really good point actually on the first map, which kind of just set the pacing and the format for the rest of the series. And that's just, I think there was clearly a game plan going into this in terms of how to deal with Twilight, and that's to play as a team, keep back, and don't let them get off to the races with their shotguns, and spread across the map and keep them contained throughout. And it was an absolute pleasure to watch as a result, because clearly once more Kenny and the brains of Lava and the rest of the roster came together to bring on what is an awesome performance here.
Yeah, and it's so interesting. You say brains of Lava, you're spot on. Obviously experienced, such a smart player, but the skill of Lava, the lead slayer on Control, on Ritual, was absolutely dominating. And that's the thing with Lava, is the highs are so incredibly high. Consistency sometimes is a factor in terms of his overall performance. I know his stats from Pro League weren't anything to be super impressed by, but he certainly showed up today. Ash, I know you coached him. Talk to me about what makes Lava so great.
Yeah, I mean, Lava is one of those players that when he feels confident in his teammates and himself, he starts hitting those first few shots, that really snowballs for a player like Lava. That confidence just builds up over time. And then you see this all-star version of Lava coming out, his final form, if you will, and he starts hitting everything. He starts killing everything. He doesn't need a teammate. He's got it. Don't worry. 1v3, he's got it. Clutch situation, he's got it. Lava's cool, calm, composed. He's experienced. He knows the right decisions to make. He's got Kenny helping guide him and the rest of the team. So he has no worries. He just plays the game, and he's playing phenomenally. I'm just so excited to see this form of Lava back.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. We'll see if he can continue that run in Winners Bracket Round 2, where they will have a difficult matchup against Fury 1, who's looking great. But I'm going to be honest with you. Obviously, we said Fury 1 maybe has the easier bracket. They don't have to go through KCP. They don't got to go through Knights. But Northern, maybe they're looking at this from the opposite perspective and saying, I'd rather to go through Fury 1 than E United, Rebel, or Rise. I mean, do you think that it's probably the most advantageous matchup if you're a fan of Northern 1, Toby?
Maybe, right? Maybe a little bit less pressure, right? Going against the likes of Fury 1 rather than classic old teammates, perhaps with Rise, for example, or United. And I think it's just a really good matchup because these are the clear 2 dark horses for me, actually coming from that kind of somewhat bottom half of the Pro League split. And so that is going to be a really entertaining game, I think, as both teams have really surprised us actually this event, or at least some of us anyway, many of us here, fans of Gears Esports, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that matchup in round 2. Either way, regardless of where it's streamed on the main stream or one of the side streams, you'll catch the action. We got 4 streams running. Make sure to check out UMG, Charlie, Bravo, and Delta. We will have Rise versus the Kansas City Pioneers next on Alpha, however. So trust me, you are not going to want to miss that. Once again, that is a losers bracket final rematch from our last major where Rise handled the business to the reigning champs in KCP. Well, can KCP give them a taste of their own medicine now, as Rise is currently the reigning champ? So it'll be a hell of a round 2 matchup. You won't want to miss it. We'll be right back for the pre-show right after this.